EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada, where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Today, we've got a good one in store as part of the Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Series. It's the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike Tirico, along with my partner Greg Olson, it's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. And off we go from Allegiant Stadium. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So the Raiders come out, and Greg, they make a change at quarterback in the offseason. It is now year 13 for Geno Smith, but year 1 in silver and black.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And that will lead to a second down.
At the 35-yard line.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of it.
From the shot, and on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL.
To Marvin Mims. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 4. There's Sutton, and they will finally run him down. A big-time play for the Broncos. 32 yards.
First down.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Play action now. It's Nix. That's complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Denver first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
Smith now to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. From the 25, here's second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito. Gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
From the gun, on third down, it's O'Connell. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Aiden O'Connell sacked.
And they should consider themselves, can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on second down, O'Connell. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
From the gun, it's O'Connell. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their third series to see if they can make it happen.
That one hits at the 10. No one there to stop it, though. Bounds into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Our game here is part of the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend. A remembrance the NFL created a couple years back. What a great job they did. Because no one deserves to be celebrated more than John Madden on Thanksgiving weekend. Of course, Greg and I, all of us at EA Sports, we hope you had a terrific Thursday and you're setting up to settle in for some great football on this very special American holiday. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. Not much happening there.
He was
Just a
taken down
short
at the
gain.
22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go play action with Nix. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
That's good for a Broncos.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a first down as well.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Next is pass. Intended for Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver.
Jeremy Chin.
And it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
He looks forward for maybe a yard. Devin White, that time on the stop. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Third down and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds his man, Troutman. And he will score. Adam Troutman. Touchdown, Denver.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. The kick is good. Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Raiders nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. On the return is Dylan Laube. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
And 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That's the safety. Talanoa Hufanga on the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To throw is O'Connell. Out to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of down.
And he just continues to show the ability to extend drives with his legs. It's not something people immediately bring up when they talk about him, Mike, but as we've seen, he's more than capable of making something happen whenever the opportunity presents itself.
A run, Gentile, and he'll work forward for about 2. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On play action, O'Connell. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Intended for
he just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Going for it all. That is hard. And he will go all the way. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
A gain there of 21. First down, Broncos.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
That's a short pickup to about the 47. Devin White, that time on the stop.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. A run once more. That's Harvey. He'll dodge one would-be tackle. He'll wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Denver first down.
And the Broncos.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Nix to throw. That's swung out to Harvey. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Lutz's kick
His kick
is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Laube now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's O'Connell. He'll step up, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Broncos have it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Broncos offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw is Nix. To the outside, hauled in by Sutton. And he's out of bounds, gain of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's Harvey. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. It landed Roberts in there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Throwing is Nix. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. That's good for 11 and a 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. And we're back in Vegas after this. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the 2nd quarter. Now it's 2nd and 1 as we are ready to get back underway. Work in the middle, that's Harvey. They'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for 1st down, 1st and goal.
7-yard gain. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And I think a Bronco player was able to get in there. He was. So Denver keeps possession of the football.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Second down, Nix. This one complete to Sutton.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
3rd and goal. They'll throw. It's Nix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos add on to their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. To return, it is Zamir White. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Trey Tucker, the intended receiver.
Brings up third down.
And it'll be third
10.
down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the Raiders. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on first and 10. Throwing, Nix. That's complete on the tight end screen. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On second down, Harvey. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
Gain of 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll stick with Harvey. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 35, here's second down and 7. Play action now. It's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there.
Jeremy Chin.
Third down coming up.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Broncos.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Broncos.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're
at
hoping
the
for, Mike, is that the
46-yard
defense
line.
can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On the give, it's Harvey. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Jeremy Chin.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put it into that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 5. Now Nick's gonna look to throw. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That's another
That pass play
Broncos
good for
first
22.
down.
Good for
gain
a
of 22
Denver
yards.
first down.
And a Broncos first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. Open space inside the 10. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's another Broncos first down.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that's over everybody out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
Leads to
They let a
second
golden
and goal.
opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. And it's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And he overshot his man out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Laube now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25.
The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They go play action. It's O'Connell. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Throw across his body is complete, and he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
To return, it's Mims. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. We'll go play action with Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, here's Nix. In trouble, and down he goes.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to kick it away. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's O'Connell. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 15.
Dante Thornton was the intended target. And third down coming up. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And a fair catch is taken, and it's just inside the 20-yard line.
First and 10.
The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
They send the tight end in motion. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, like not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. 31 yards.
Broncos, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Nix's pass, complete to Troy Franklin. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Here's Nix to throw. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. I might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He does it, and now third down comes up.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Another one through the upright. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Broncos will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now O'Connell. He takes off. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
A 7-yard pickup.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
2nd down, they need 3. Here's O'Connell. This one not quite on target, and too much. That one falls incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
O'Connell to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
Daniel Carlson.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the bootleg, it's Nix. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15. And a first down.
A gain of 15 yards.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 9. A run with Harvey. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. Thrown on the run, but it's off target. Behind his man, and that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
A 34-yard attempt.
Lutz's kick
The kick
is good. And the Broncos add on to their lead.
Raiders 7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. To return, it is Zamir White. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run with Genty. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Man in motion here is Tucker. A 2nd down throw for Smith. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's Genty. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's taking him down for no gain.
They try the zone read. It's Smith on the keeper.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the 1st down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
2nd down. Nix. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
3rd down and 9. Back to throw is Nix. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And he's out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 35. They get 12 yards on that pass. 1st down, Broncos.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time, comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that'll go for a gain of 7. It's going to set up 3rd down.
To Marvin Mims. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing. Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision.
Good coverage by Hudson. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. On first down, here's Gino to throw. And mark him down up beyond the 30. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. They go play action with Smith. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That's the linebacker, Alex Singleton. Getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Going up top. That is caught. And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed it. I mean, this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
Carlson now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Raiders are back within 1 score. It is an 8-point game.
Raiders 14.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. On the ground, this is Harvey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? Once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Harvey. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by Malcolm Kuntz. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 6. To throw is Nix. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. And a Broncos first down.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
47-yard line.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, it's Gino. He'll locate Thornton over the middle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he can hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes!
Alex Singleton.
Alex Singleton in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
From the shotgun, Smith. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. We'll go play action with Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down, and that is incomplete.
Nix's pass.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. Lockett headed in motion. On 1st down is Smith. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Nick Bonito in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Smith. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
47 on the play.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 47 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Gino to throw. He has Rocket over the middle. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, Smith. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get them here again.
Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Now, Gino. He'll try to run for it, and he's into the end zone. Gino Smith, touchdown, Raiders. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
And now the Raiders faced with an important 2-point conversion attempt.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
On the bootleg, it's Smith. That's incomplete. Oh, they were going for the conversion to get this thing even. Instead, it will remain a 2-point game. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. This is Harvey, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Landon Roberts there on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll start on the ground with Genty, trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want, but now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier, because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
Play action now. It's Gino. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Smith from the gun on third down. That's complete to lock it outright. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Raider first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
A second down throw for Smith. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Trying to get it out to Ashton Genty that time. Now it's going to be third down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
The Raiders send their punt team out. Be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Handoff now for Harvey. Up the sideline, past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but not before he's able to take this up near the 40-yard line.
21 yards.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that one.
47-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. A run once more. That's Harvey. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. They're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Harvey. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
At the Raiders' 46-yard line.
From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, like, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Well, Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Smith. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Nick Bonito. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
I think this is going to go down as one of the more impressive individual performances that I can recall in quite some time, and they have tried everything to slow this guy down, and up until this point, nothing's worked.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make hit.
I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan McMillan.
And with time not on their side, they're trying to push the ball, generate some sort of chunk play by throwing the ball over the top of the defense. It's going to end up being a little bit too predictable. The defense is able to take the ball away, and barring something crazy happening, puts them in a prime position to close this one out.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. Well, victory well in hand. Still a little bit of time left here, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to end this one. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. Down to a knee one more time. And that should just about do it. So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.